Hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday Nitro Gang Live. And today I have a brand new Nitro addition to the channel. You are looking at a Kyosho Super 10. Now, I asked you all, more like said, this is no regular 10 scale Nitro. We will have ourselves a little bit of a discussion on what makes this Kyosho a Super 10. For now, let me wait a little while to get some of the viewers here in the stream. We got Big Boys Toys. How you doing, Jim Palozalo? Happy to see you here, man. So, are you guys looking at the real fat rear wheels? Because, like, if you were looking at these wheels, and you'd be like, bro, that is fatter than a regular 10 scale. And I would have to say, you are correct. These wheels are thick. We got only RC Nitros. How you doing? Alex Jimenez. His Biz, how you doing? Lucas Stallcup, Northeast Mods. Guys, today, well, more like tomorrow, is Nitro Gang Queen Melissa's birthday. And tomorrow, I don't know if I'm going to do a live stream because it might be celebration time. But tonight, it is Nitro Gang night. We got Nitro Pimp here in the stream. How you doing, man? Now, what I will tell you guys, what do you think a Super 10 actually is? What's super about it is the question. I'm going to spin it around here a little bit. Now, the lighting today might be a little bit trash. You're going to have to forgive me. You guys want to know why the lighting is a little bit trash? How you doing there, Lotus RC, man? I heard you're getting, something with 2 gas engines coming to your channel. Is that true? People should go to your channel, check it out for real, though, because, like, what's better than a boat with 1 engine? A boat with 2 engines, you know what I'm saying? Joe Fox, man, how you doing? Pizza and Nitro, happy to see you here, bro. Now, I'm going to show you guys something. You all see what that is right here? This isn't a jack stand for the Super 10 because it's just so damn huge. This is not it. This is the remains of my tripod. Were you all here last week when we had a little bit of a fiasco? There was an internal earthquake in the Nitro Gang studio. Everything fell down. The T-Max dragged down my tripod, my recording device. This is the result. Sergio M, how you doing, my dude? Joe Girding, happy to see you here. We got Barn Cat, Mr. Audio. I try to make sure I don't forget anybody. CLZ, Little John. He goes, is that a Supra? It's the only one still running. That's not 65,000. That Hulk Hogan's son didn't crash. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Hulk Hogan's son crashed a good amount of Supras. This isn't a regular Supra. This is no HPI. Pincture RC, how you doing, my dude? Buenas noches. También. You see what I'm saying? I'm a man of the people. I speak more than 2 languages. I also speak the Nitro language. And that language tells me to make Nitros great again, no matter how old they are. Now, I was just having a discussion with a fellow viewer, friend, channel member, and overall sickening individual, Nitro Pimp. We were talking about the benefits. I'm going to get down to the chassis in a little bit, bros. Look at the fat wheels, okay? Look at the fat wheels for now. We were having a discussion. HPI models, let's say ranges, versus Kyosho model range. I will admit the HPI cars are very good driving cars. They had some of the best looking bodies. But Kyosho, we all know, has a much longer history. Let me take this off the Lysol over here and actually hold it. They had many innovations. We got No Music RC. How you doing, bro? I hope you enjoyed that short this week just for you. You asked, and I did it. That was the T-Max from last week. Now, here we have special body mounts that have a little bit of springy action. I'll show you guys under the hood in a little bit. I understand many people might not have seen a FW-04. Hey, Melissa, you want to say hello to your fans? She's talking to her family right now. It's her birthday. She's talking to her family, guys. Don't worry about it. She'll be back. You know, they go to bed early. So, bottom of the chassis, it's pretty sickening. Now, I'm going to tell you all something. Rocky Mountain Bachelors, how you doing, man? How you doing? I'm going to tell you all something. Kyosho definitely had a lot more variety than HPI. It doesn't mean that it's good or bad. It just is a true statement. You know, today's society, people just don't care about true statements anymore. They make statements that are emotional, that are irrational. Me, I care about the truth, everybody. And I'm always going to be a proponent of that truth. Now, Kyosho had the Nitro Blizzard, which you've already seen on this channel. They had a bunch of Field Beetle Bajas, FW, everything. They're up to 6 right now. The USA 1, which, in case you didn't know, is actually available at A-Main still right now. And I'm going to take you to that link, specifically designed for the Ultimate Nitro Pimp. Okay, Kyle G, how you doing? So let me give you all a little bit of a refresher. We're going to take a minute to look at it, and I'm going to have to dig in to that engine. Anybody here wants to take a guess what's wrong with this? We got Tarek Curry, how you doing, man? A big fan and a person that knows deep down in his aorta. The aorta is part of the heart, okay? It's one of the arteries. The largest artery that carries blood to the heart, or is it away from the heart? I don't know. It's one of those things. Aussie man Dan, how you doing, bro? Kyosho is sickening. And I'm happy to say, guys, Kyosho did not leave us high and dry and discontinued their nitros. But let me get back to this in a little bit. I do want to make sure everyone here is welcome. Then I want to ask you all, what do you think makes that a super? They call it a super. So is it like a super nitro? Is it like a 10 scale? What is it? Is it like a 4 tech? So what do you think it is? Yo, Melissa, did you abandon me right now on your birthday? She abandoned me. Sickening. Sickening. I'm looking at the comments. The question is, what makes this model a super? They called it a Super 10, sometimes referred to as a pure 10 as well. Now, I always actually thought it was a 10 scale. But it, in fact, guys, is nowhere close to a 10th scale. Now, this body isn't the best, but it's held up fairly well over the years. We have ourselves a wiper. That was all part of it. That terrible but good-looking Kyosho air filter. A .15 GSX engine. And we'll take a look at the internals in a little bit. I will tell you. Actually, no, you have to tell me. I asked you what makes this a super. Nobody answered so far. Okay, Kyle G goes. It's a Super 10. I think it's bigger than the regular. That is correct, man. That is 100% correct. All right, Melissa's talking to her mom right now. So, like, she's going to come back and say thank you to everybody here. You know, they're calling her. It's her freaking birthday, you know. They go to bed early, her family. You know what I'm saying? Dylan, how you doing, man? So, for those of you that are big Kyosho fans, do you still think that Kyosho makes some desirable models today or not? What do you think? Is there desirability or is there no desirability? What do you think is the top nitro brand right now? Now, HPI, I don't know. I think we're going to have to leave it a little bit on the... Oh, Melissa's back. She's going to school. Oh, she's going to school me now. Here we go.
First off, my birthday is not until tomorrow, guys. Not today.
We got stuff to do tomorrow, so today is the day, okay?
No, but tomorrow's my birthday.
Tomorrow's Nitro Gang weekend.
But my birthday's tomorrow, and everyone's saying happy birthday to me today instead of
well,
tomorrow.
Because everybody here in the chat knows that women celebrate their birthday their entire month.
But I celebrate my birthday on my birthday.
You know when I celebrate it?
Nothing.
I stopped after I was 16. Okay? I celebrate nitros.
So whoever is saying happy birthday to me today, it's not my birthday. It's my birthday's tomorrow. Just letting you guys know.
Just take it. You gotta take it. You gotta take a compliment, boo. You gotta take it, okay?
I'm just saying.
Andrew, how you doing? Yes, the FW-06, but it's freaking sold out, unfortunately. Travis Robertson, how you doing, man? Okay, so I want to show you guys what this is under the hood. Now, I did a little bit of research. There were 4-stroke versions of this model available. 4-stroke, you heard me. Is this a 4-stroke? It's not a 4-stroke. It's fine, we like 2 strokes. 2 strokes are good enough. 4 strokes actually pretty much kill your power. So, before I take the body off, because I know people want to see what this is. In fact, when I looked at it, I was greatly, greatly surprised. Yes, Andrew goes the RS4 V1. V version 1. Not sure. But there is another 10 scale Kyosho available right now. Well, there's also the 8 scale GT2. I put a link to it if you want to get it. But what do you say? I take the body off and then I'm going to take a look at the ultimate 3-speed Nitro Pimp You. Okay? Let's do it. By the way, the lighting might not be the best today only because, as I said, my tripod last week, when we had the little earthquake in here, and by earthquake I mean my T-Max, fell off the table. It took down the tripod with it, so it's destroyed. I tried to zip tie it, but it all failed. I'm going to have to buy another tripod. So I basically go through like about one a year at this point. Like, Nitros just be taking out recording devices left and right. All right, guys, let's get down to the chassis. Then we'll go take a look at something else. That is some awesome color, huh? I agree. No, Melissa, we're not talking about your hair color. It's very nice, but we're not talking about your hair color.
I wasn't saying anything. Okay.
You were thinking about it. All right, so first cool thing. The body itself has some give. What's up there, Michael Sucha? How you doing? Pretty nice. It is spring-loaded. These don't need body clips. I mean, it's not a very good design, honestly, because you could see one of the upper pieces is already kind of missing over here. But it does what it does. I'm going to take the body off in a couple minutes. But for now, what I want to do is compare it to size-wise another model, because I know some people here don't really know what a Super 10 is. So what I'll do, just so we all understand what a Super 10 is, this is a proper 10 scale Trinity Reflex NT. Take a look at the size difference. So right now our wheelbase basically, you know, matched. Look at how much larger these tires are compared to the regular 10 scale Trinity. This is a proper 10 scale car, and this is the Super 10. Forget that we have no body. We're just talking about the wheels. These are literally Super Nitro size wheels right here. I'm going to give you a closer look. Literally, I'm telling you, Super Nitro size wheels. Look how much taller they are. That is hella impressive. What else would be impressive is if I had a proper pipe for this. Then I could actually run it. Until then, this is how it's going to remain. Yeah, so the wheels are way, way larger. Andrew Brown, which one you talking about? This Trinity Reflex? I don't know, man. I don't really sell a lot of stuff, you know. But this one's literally brand new, never been run. It was never fully built, I'm assuming, because of the pipe when I got it was missing. But it's probably the most beautiful example, the OS12TR Outlaw. All right, guys, the question is, you want to become a Nitro Pimp. You want to look cool in a Kyosho. So you're going to ask me, well, Hybrid, what model should I get? Yo, Melissa, your curls are staring at me right now. Guys, her curls are staring at me. She curled her hair. How am I going to make it tonight? This is going to be difficult right here. This is going to be difficult. Right. Give me a second. We're going to take a look at the ultimate, and I want to show you guys that Kyosho is still making many, many Nitros great again. So we're looking at the stream. Say hi to yourselves right here. Thank you all for supporting. Give it a thumbs up. It's a little outdated. It'll refresh. It's actually more than 2. I guarantee you there's probably more than 2 people that don't think I'm an asshole, which is pretty good. But really, you should never curse at anybody. Okay, now, what I want to show you is this right here. Click this link and get the USA 1. Why do I say that? Because to be a Nitro Pimp, you got to buy the USA 1 with this link above. I mean, it says it in the description. You pretty much, I mean, you have to do that. You know, pimping ain't easy is what I'm going to say. Okay, now, take a look at this. You guys already know I have this truck. $519. I gotta say, I am frankly surprised they did not raise the price, because the GT2 went up like $40. No, maybe 50. So, sickening Nitro right here. You're gonna like it. I know a lot of people were, you know, in the comments that I do get. I will address some of them. How you doing there, Mark Nugent? People asking, how is the 3-speed transmission? Well, the very early runs, you know, that was like maybe 3 years ago when these were first re-released. You know, they had a couple problems with the slipping one-way, but now they've all been sorted out. I haven't really had any issues with anyone saying that they don't run well. It's a really easy fix. All you had to do was clean the one-way. But in fact, if you call Kyosho, here's a little hint, everybody. Here's a little hint. They will send you the parts for free. All you got to do is tell them Hybrid sent you. Okay? That's all you got to do. I'm not joking right now. They know that when one of my viewers calls and complains that their forward transmission is slipping, well, basically first gear, that the ultimate Hybrid Nitro Gang problem solver is to send their viewers, customers, my viewers rather, free parts. So tell them and they'll know what you're talking about. So use the link, get it. It will cheer you up if you want to be the ultimate Nitro Pimp. Now there is another Kyosho in stock. I might want to show it to you. You guys want to see the other Kyosho? So the other Kyosho, I was looking around, is the V1 R4. Check this out. Now this is top dog level status. All right. It's a kit, obviously. It's really high optioned. It doesn't come with an engine, so don't look at it. It won't come with an engine. But no body. I mean, this is what 10 scale nitros really are. It's the epitome of expensive. You know, if you want to get it, you want to get it. There won't really be any top level kits in the 10 scale nitro segment pretty much, I think, ever going forward. Now, let's go back to the stream and the video. So, get it and become the Nitro Pimp. Oh, Nitro Pimp just said he got it. That's awesome. I'm ecstatic, dude. You're gonna like it. This thing pulls wheelies easier than a T-Max with rear-wheel drive. Ask me how I know. Because I have a lot of broken drive shafts. That's how I know, everybody. All right, guys. Let us go back to the Super 10. I'm going to, I mean, we're going to have some work to do. I'm going to be honest with you. This ain't going to be cake. I already know basically what's wrong with it. Do you have any idea of what you think is wrong with it? Nitro Pimp's order is on the way. I just got the email from Trump. Sickening. How you doing there, all aspects? Happy to see you here, man. Yeah, just got an email. Nitro Pimp's USA 1 is on the way directly. Free shipping directly from Aiming. They just confirmed it. And I just confirmed it back. You see how information flows? It's magic. It's magic. All right, everybody. Andrew Brown goes, I'm guessing it has a bad servo. I wish that was the case, man. You know what? I actually don't really know 100% what's wrong with it, so let me not make things up right here. We're going to take a look at it. I did want to say, oh, we got Nitro Addiction. How you doing, man? Happy to see you here. Nitro Addiction did some hardcore engine repairs this week. Tearing up the Sen 5 horsepower engine, man. But putting it back together expertly as well. Now for me, I hope I don't have to go that deep, bro. I hope. So, JP's RC, how you doing? In like 2 minutes from now, guys, I'm going to start disassembling it. The question of the day was, what is a Super 10? In fact, I always thought this was a regular 10 scale. But it's not. It's kind of a super class, which really, there is no scale. It never said 1/8 scale or 1/9 scale. It never said it. Grim Mako, how you doing, man? Just showing some of the best out here. But it's safe to say that these are probably the level of a Super Nitro. I could tell the wheels are exactly the same as a Super Nitro size-wise. So what do you say? You want to take a look at the chassis itself? I just have this Trinity in front for comparison. That's all it is. Real nice car, by the way. I mean, everything on this is extremely premium. I think Big Boy's Toys would really appreciate something like this. Because he is the Nitro Gang's VP of high RPM after all. OS Max 12 TR Outlaw. Sickening. Okay, let's continue. I'm going to bring this over. Yeah, this body isn't the best. I'm going to be honest with you. Okay. Let's just remove the body. So this is what I was talking about with Kyosho. If you guys have never seen it before, it uses an integrated body clip design. So let me show you what I mean by integrated body clip design. Right? I mean, it's a useful design because it has a little bit of give. What you do is you basically flip this down. It makes the body post vertical, and you could easily lift it like that. Also, the wing is a solid piece of plastic. This is not Lexan. Very, very nice design. You really want like a solid piece of wing material here, because oftentimes if it flips, you know, the Lexan will just rip right through. It'll destroy itself, and then you got yourself no wing. And then good luck. It'll never look good again, right? Melissa, did you say hi to your supporters?
Yes.
All right. By the way, guys, Nitro Gang Queen weekend is going down. Okay, let's take the body shell off, huh? Australian RC man, how you doing? Everyone just joining. This is a rare Kyosho Super 10. I have not seen pretty much any car. I've never really seen a Super 10 up close ever. This is my first time as well, everybody. In case you're wondering, do I know much about it? I only looked it over. I don't know much. So let's go kind of how I would do a little bit of a Nitro interview, you could say.
What happened?
Looks like it froze for a little. We're back. Okay.
No, it's fine.
It froze. It's back? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Canon stuff. How you doing? Long time channel viewer. Let me see. We got these RCs. Clever username, bro. Let me read your comment, these RCs. He goes, hey, bro, when you got a second, probably towards the end. I got a second for you, dude. You're a viewer. I got a second for you. I got like 12 seconds, maybe. Towards the end, you need to look up an RC I found. It's almost an exact clone of the HPI Baja 5B SS. Not a soul knows about it. Why don't you tell us what the model is? I'll Google it right now, bro. I mean, there's a lot of Baja clones, you know, over the years. So I think the Baja clones these days really don't really get that much attention anymore. Everyone's pretty much had them. So let me turn this thing around. We'll take a look at it. Bottom of the chassis, pretty normal. I would say it's better looking than most Kyoshos. You know, you have Phillips screws, which is typical for the year. This pipe appears to be like a modern FW-06 style pipe. Yeah, Kyosho uses the parts bin for everything, right? I will admit, it rolls extremely fantastic. No binding in the drivetrain. The bearings feel real smooth. The tires, just like the Super Nitro, they're, you know, obviously they're cracked, but whatever, who cares? Yeah, Andrew Brown goes, they help with grip. As long as they don't explode, dude, we're going to be good. I will say, a lot of this is really, it's hard to say. I don't know if Kyosho wanted you to upgrade this all the way or run it as it is, because a lot of people ran these in like in a class. It was a Super 10 class, right? So it's a longer chassis. It has much taller ride height. As I compress the suspension, you could tell the ride height is actually pretty normal for this. Normal fuel tank. Look at the clever fuel routing system that we have going on here. Single speed. It's not that fancy. Cooling head is very good looking. Very good looking. And I would say it reminds me of the OS 12 Hyper. Who here knows what I'm talking about? The carb is very similar to pretty much all carbs from Kyosho this time period, where they basically just screwed it in with 2 screws from the top down like that. There's a couple O-rings, and you have yourself a high-speed needle. And I'm sure that's a low-speed needle on that side. Kyle G got the OS 15 Hyper. So, you know, yeah, I meant the OS 15. Sorry, bro. Vintage Nitro World goes, never seen one of those in such good condition. Me too, dude. I had to have them. You know what my favorite element is? Guys, tell me, what is your favorite element here? Go ahead. Name the element. Name the element. I would say, for me, it's this cool looking, I don't know if this is for like, I'm not sure what that is, but what would you call this? Like a side molding? This particular thing? I just like it, man. I know a lot of the Tamiya TGX models, the expensive TGX models, they always had kind of a fairing over here. JD goes, can you answer my clutch bell question on the USA 1? Does anybody know what the question? Texas Hill, man, how you doing? So Texas Hill, this is, in fact, I just looked it up. I thought it was a FW03. This is a FW04. Yeah, their names are real confusing, bro. I know. We're up to FW06 now, and it only took 25 years, you know. I will say, the construction and the plastics look real impressive. I don't know if it comes through in the camera that well. We have nice browns. We have blacks, silver. It's just a well-made vehicle with beefy parts. Okay, JD goes, how many bearings to replace? Needle bearings. Okay, so JD, the USA 1 uses 2 needle bearings in the clutch belt. What you can do is replace them with equal size bearings that normally, I've talked about it in other videos. I don't remember the size now, but I usually replace them on like HPIs as well. Yep, Tara Curry goes, those were made heavy on purpose. And I will tell you, it is fairly hefty. All the plastics have survived quite well. So this is the body spring system, right? Basically, you put the body on, you flip this thing down, and you got yourself, it locks the body in place. You know, Booster RC, how you doing, bro? I know Booster RC got himself the newest FW06. Well, this is the Super 10 FW04. Honestly, I don't like the fact that Kyosho, the names are kind of complicated. FW to me is more of a 10th scale. The Super 10 is really not a 10th scale at all. It's a little bit confusing. Now, notice this clever fuel line routing system. It appears that the fuel tank, oh wow, I didn't even notice that before. Look at that. I'm able to slightly swing the fuel outlet to put it in any direction. I mean, obviously I'm not going ham on it right now, you know. But if you wanted to use this fuel tank, I guess, in some other parts bin chassis, you would be able to easily just swing the fuel line towards any direction you want. I mean, that is... Duratrax has a similar system, but their system is real trash compared to this. I did not pick that up before. That is real clever, everybody. Who thinks that's clever? That's right, JD. Thank you. That is the answer to the bearings. So on the Kyosho USA 1 clutch belt, I wound up using, I think, 7 of those size bearings. They fit directly, perfectly. You really didn't need any shims. Okay? Texas Hill refers to the roll bar. Clever. At first, I thought there was kind of something missing here. But when you look at the roll bar from this side, it looks like they meant to have something screwed into there. I've taken a look at some pictures. I didn't come up with anything that was supposed to be in that part at all. Nah, not Max. How you doing? Yo, not Max. I just want to make sure I don't call you Max. Everybody here in the chat, say hello to not Max, but don't call him Max. Just make sure, because, you know, he's new. We got to make the guy feel welcome. So thank you, bro, not Max. All right. Next up, let's talk about the wheels. Anybody notice anything interesting about the wheels? Go ahead, tell me. What's interesting about the wheels? How you doing there, only RC Nitros? What's interesting about the wheels, everybody? So the wheels are staggered. That is kind of what I'm trying to go with here. Well, they're dry rotted. Yes, okay, they're dry rotted, but the front are narrower than the back. Okay. Okay, guys, we can call Nitro not Max. It's cool. Well, you know, it's kind of a double negative. It's cool, bro. We just want to make sure. That's right. It's Rickety Rack. We want to abide by what the viewers want to say. Not here to point anyone out. You know, negatively, that is. Unless, like, you know, you're getting some praise. Booster RC goes, looks like the R40. I mean, it's in a similar design. You could say that. All right. Now, the question is, I have to you, everybody. What is wrong with this? Other than the fact, you know, we have old electronics. So I think the first thing I'll do, start disassembling this because I really want to make this a runner. You guys think this is going to be a runner? Or not? Every RC on this channel is a runner. except like 2 T-Maxes that had dead engines. Those are not runners. Melissa, you want to say hello to your fans?
Hi guys.
That's all they get?
I said hi to them.
What's up, Raymond Hernandez? How you doing, man? All right, everybody, we're going to continue. So, 3 Thompson, how you doing, bro? Happy to see you here, man. Okay. Let me move this body out, and we're going to get down and personal. I have a plate ready for engine parts. Keith Tolhurst, longtime channel member. How you doing, bro? Welcome. Kyosho FW-04 Super 10. Dry rotted. It's very old. This is from about the year 2000, right? So, I'm going to open up the battery tray. We're going to start digging into things that need to be repaired. Sam London, how you doing? Sam London, your username reminds me of a little bit of an unknown wrestler called Paul London. Anybody here know Paul London? He ran into a bit of a snafu the other day. Check out the rear suspension, by the way. Let me lower the camera and give you guys a bit of a look. The rear suspension is like beefier than you would think. Look at the rear suspension. I mean, when you look at it from this direction, that is beef. That is not turkey. Joey's Ace RC, what's up, man? How you doing? I mean, honestly, I feel like they over-engineered this rear end. Right? The Super Nitro rear end is nowhere as beefy as this. We have real beefy plastics. Very good dampening rate. Here is the way the spring-loaded clips work for the body. I mean, that is hardcore. Metal drive shafts. Awesome giant Phillips screws, of course. Let's continue, everybody. What I don't know is what this part is over here. That does not appear to have any purpose. Well, the Super Nitro is a lot less beefy. Maybe if I have time later, I will pull the Super Nitro out. But for now, I think it's time to start disassembling parts. Yeah, Boosted RC goes, the plastics are very thick for that time. I agree. They are. Thicker than I expected, really. All right, so we're going to open up the battery tray. Pretty convenient battery system. Radio tray setup. Check that out. Swing door. Swing it open. MST, how are you? I sure can. A little shout out to Aiden and Emma. I hope you're both doing well. Eating your healthy, delicious, nutritious breakfast cereals. If anybody eats cereals today anymore, I don't know if they do. I think everyone eats muffins now these days. I mean, I had a muffin like 2 days ago. No, I didn't have any left, Melissa. Stop asking me. Okay, let's start removing things from here. I think the first thing will be this radio tray. JD goes, have I ever gotten yelled at by any Karen about nitro noise? Well, man, you know, I'll be honest with you. I'm pretty respectful wherever I go RC. If there's people that literally look like they're angry at me or whatever the case is, you know, I'm not going to start trouble for no apparent reason, right? Like it's, you know, we're out there kind of in their playground, I would say, you know, let's say a park or whatever. It's, I mean, a lot of times it will say no motorized vehicles of any kind, right? So technically, the driver is at fault automatically. So, you know, I'm not going to talk back to whoever. You know, it's no big deal for me. I'll just go run it somewhere else. Okay. And a lot of times, you know, honestly, you're really only going to get kind of disappointed people. I don't want to say disappointed, but unhappy people that if you're really running like a Baja with like a loud pipe. That's what it's going to come down to. Generally, you guys see on this channel, I prefer a lot of small block engines. They're nowhere as loud. You know, when you're like 40 feet away, you can almost barely hear it. Well, by the way, guys, could we get a little hell yeah for wire management over here? Keith, I am in Staten Island. If you ever want to come RC, and this goes to anybody out there, Midland Beach, parking lot number 8. Come RC. We're going to have a good time. If you're hungry, there's a pizzeria nearby. Okay? And bathrooms. I'm serious. Boosted RC, he already knows about it. But don't go speeding, because he already knows about that too. Unfortunately. You know, on a certain lane. The New York City speed limits are real low. Grim Mako wants to know, how long have I been in, I guess, this part of the hobby, right? Well, man, since the very early 2000s. Yeah, since the very early 2000s. So about 25 years now. I would say kind of the heyday of when Nitro was becoming real popular. All right, Keith Tolhurst, bro, you are totally welcome. If you need any RCs tuned, you know, I love doing that. There's nothing better than helping other people in this hobby. Okay, let's continue. I'm going to start removing this. By the way, yeah, I cannot get over how good the wire management on this is. Yo, Melissa, hit me with that screwdriver. Actually, no, don't hit nobody. I got it. I got to rearrange the light a little bit, camera here. Let's get down to it. Very good wire management. I'm frankly impressed. First, I just want to get rid of some of the electronics here. And we're going to have to disassemble the engine. Because, as you might imagine, the pull starter, it does spin. It's not completely seized, right? It does spin, but it takes a long time to go back. The engine is not seized, but, you know, that's kind of like what it does right there. Not very good. This could be a, I would say, I don't want to say locked up or clogged one-way bearing, but it's highly possible. Just like, you know, old fuel in there. Keith Tolhurst, bro, no problem. You come down, we'll do some, you know, maybe a video or two. I don't really like to do videos with my friends too much because it gets annoying. You know, at the end of the day, when I got into this hobby, it wasn't about videos. But in the very early days of YouTube, you know, I watch other people's videos. They help me out. And I've been aspiring to do the same ever since. All right, here we go. We're going to have to remove, what else over here? Yeah, the wire management is real hardcore on this one. Just want to get rid of this receiver. I don't have the radio gear anyway. So at this point, I don't need to really get all too, you know, into the radio gear. JD wants to know, do I measure my idle gap? I know people really like to discuss the measurement of the idle gap. In reality, it should be about, and this is debatable because a lot of the factors also depend on your high and low speed needles, about from 0.5 millimeter to 1. Generally, people say 0.8 millimeter. You know, like, those are such small increments to measure. Generally, people, I mean, there's no way to measure it. You're going to have to eyeball it. So the goal is to get your idle to be low enough without the engine moving the car forward. You know what I mean? And, I mean, there's many factors. Oh, Terra Curry. Thank you, bro. The Sickening Baja Decibel review. That video might come out tomorrow. For those of us that don't know, it was a special perk. Okay, so we have ourselves a Futaba receiver. Pretty normal. No LED on this one. This was kind of the annoying part at that time. Yeah. So, yeah. Generally, I would say people recommend, you know, 0.8 millimeters to be your idle gap. But once again, there's a lot of factors. Fuel, this, that, you know, your overall fuel flow from the low and the high speed needle. There's many factors. I don't really like to give out, like, statistic numbers like that because that's when you get people in trouble. Because you'll tell them, oh, it should be 0.8 millimeters, but, you know, you don't know that they have the high-speed needle, like, locked or something, you know, and basically they need to have the idle at 2 millimeters for it to even run. Like, you don't know. So I don't really give out advice like that. So, old receiver, junk pile. Man, I am piling them up. The rest of these wires, I'm going to put them back. There's really no need to get the rest of them out. At this point, I need to get down to the engine. Boosted RC, thank you, bro, for that channel donation. You know where that's going? To the Nitro Gang Queen Melissa birthday fund. And then actually a receiver. Let's go into that and the Nitro Gang Melissa birthday fund. She got a bit of an allergy problem today, bro. So you know she don't want to talk too much to us. Melissa, how your allergies? They killing you?
Yes.
You know we need to eat some honey. You guys heard of bee sting therapy? It works.
Oh, sucks. I hate that.
Yeah, JP's RC goes, I try to make the smallest idle gap as possible. That is also very good advice. You generally want to have the smallest idle gap and the best fuel flow from your other needles. But once again, that's like an acquired, well, I don't want to say a talent. You know, nothing here is a talent. It's stuff that anybody could learn. Let me put this back, and we're going to continue, everybody. Engine time. Melissa, you dying here from the allergies?
Yes.
What could we do to cheer you up? You know, because if you're having a bad day, I'm having a bad day. Are you having a bad day?
Sort of.
Sort of. That's a negative answer. Yeah, JD goes, but I've heard a double idle in some of your videos. I mean, I'm not, you know, my goal isn't to like talk about double or single idle. My goal is not to destroy nitros and to complete a video effectively and to talk about the car. But some models, generally the lower end carbs, like let's say Traxxas or whatever, they're just not very good, right? Like if you have a proper OS, they won't double idle. Like some people refer to it as a dual stage idle. I would say it's a bit of a subjective term. It's not really something I like to discuss much because everyone has their own subjective tuning skills. All right, Australian RC wants to know what is double idle. Generally, double idle would be, you know, when you press the brake, kind of, and your carb is at idle, right? It still has relatively high RPM. So what that means is it takes the engine a little bit to settle down to its normal low RPM as you set it. Honestly, that's a result of having your low speed needle very lean. That's a result. Yeah, Nitro Pimp goes, if you want double idle, you got to get the off the Twin Titans. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, JPRC goes, sometimes you cannot avoid it. It's going to be there to some degree, pretty much to some level. You can overcome it with a rich enough tune. All right, so I think at this point, guys, we're going to have to start taking the engine out because I don't know what the deal is with this. So what do you say, engine out? Or what? Do you want to see this compared to a Fortec, maybe? It's Sandy running around over here. Somebody want to see this compared to a Fortec before I remove the engine? Or what? Go ahead. All right, I'll do it. If you want to see it, I'll do it. Okay. This is a Fortec next to it. I mean, it's a much smaller vehicle. Right? The Fortec is way smaller. Not only is it shorter, I basically lined up the wheel nut to wheel nut. This tire is massive. Yeah, the Fortec is a regular 10 scale car, but this is why these were called Supers. I guess they're larger, obviously, right? Yeah, Australian RC, bro, no problem. Keith Tolhurst, Memorial Weekend. Melissa, when is that? I think that's like summer, right, or something?
That's fine, right?
Bro, don't matter. Any day you want to go, I'm down, okay?
It's the 26th.
Of what month?
It's a Monday.
Of what month?
May.
Oh, well, it's a Monday, but he's not going to come on a Monday, so he'll come on a Sunday or something, you know?
It's right.
All right. All right, let's get down to business. I'm going to remove this Fortec for now. We kind of see the size comparison. That was the only goal here. That Fortec needs help. All right. Fuel line is off. Exhaust line. Oh, that is hard. Yeah, Keith Tolhurst, bro. You can anytime. It don't really matter, you know. As long as we're alive and there's still, you know, as long as there's eggs at Costco when I go there this weekend, we're good. Which we know there are not going to be any eggs.
There isn't.
Yeah, Costco's egg free, everybody. It's disgusting, really. I would say the bottom of the chassis is pretty average. I mean, this wasn't like a real fast car. This is a .15, but I want you to know that some of them... Oh, engine is not seized. It spins over. Oh, yeah. We got some average compression. And keep in mind, I would say average at best. So let me start doing this. My goal is to, you know, clean the engine. Probably the one with bearing needs to be cleaned. But I don't see anything here that's not going to make it a runner. I mean, the most important thing with old cars is to make sure they're complete. That's top priority. You don't want to be part hunting on a car like this. Big Boys Toys, bro. Thank you, man. Coffee always helps. Guys, I don't even remember what eggs taste like anymore. Oh, Melissa, give me the yellow screwdriver, please. Por favor, please. Thank you, bro. Big Boys Toys. We need the hardcore screwdriver. Honestly, so what? Can't get eggs. Eat pancakes. Like, it's not that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? I mean, is that rational or what? Yeah, only RC Nitros doesn't need coffee because he makes awesome deals. When he makes those deals, that motivates him. Am I right or what? Who is that, Elon Musk? On your messenger, Melissa? Did Elon Musk tell you to give him a list of 5 things you did last week? You believe that guy? Man, the Tesla stock seems to be crashing. I was talking about it to a coworker today. Honestly, those are all pump and dump schemes. Because the reality is, for a stock to go down, that means someone has to sell it. That means it's a pump and dump. It's not like it just magically goes down. All right, guys, let me flip this over. The engine should just be... Well, yeah, we got a throttle linkage. I'm going to move the throttle linkage as soon as I get this. Oh, we got to undo the pipe holder. Pipe holder over here. Sickening. Raymond Hernandez goes, do I have a shell? Yes. I showed it earlier. It was the Supra, the Toyota Supra shell. It's here right next to me. Here, I'll show it to you, man. I've lined up all my Kyosho shells on the couch over here. It's all right. I mean, the stickers are not very good, but the shell seems to be okay. It isn't completely washed, right? It needs a little bit of washing still. But nothing like the realism of the Kyosho shell, in my opinion. Okay. Let me ask you all a question, though. Concerning a fit scale. You guys think those silencers do anything? I'm just curious. Because if you want to find out, I tested it, okay? I tested it real good. That video might be out this weekend. Mini Mechanical RC, how you doing, my dude? It was a pleasure talking to you the other day on JP's stream. It's magical knowing that I own a car that you used to have. Magical, I say. And I don't mean scam magical like Disney level magical. It's magical. All right, let's continue. All right, so we got to get the linkage out. Okay, that's it. Engine is out, baby. This is the classic Kyosho pointless air filter, by the way. Anybody remember why I called this the classic pointless air filter? Because actually, most of this air filter is just dead airspace. There's nothing here. The filter element is in the very beginning part. That's it. You could see where the cavity just ends right there. That's it. So this one, I already cleaned it, but there's no air filter. So you just have a tiny foam air filter, and the rest of this is nothing, it's just space. Very, very deceiving. Okay. That's right, Nitro Pimp goes, the T15 has a tiny air filter like that too. But, I mean, this one looks like some kind of, I don't know, it's pretty impressive looking. I will admit it's pretty impressive looking. And the mounting is very nice, and the colors are very nice. And over these years, it hasn't deteriorated. Let's take a look at the engine, right? It mounts directly to a mounting plate, which is pretty nice. But the bad thing is, hold on a second, there is no bad thing. What was I going to say, guys, about a bad thing? You see anything bad here? I'm just curious. Anything bad? So the carb is pretty free. That appears to be the low-speed needle. Interesting, because this is the same Venturi setup. Yeah, you could see it swivels left and right. In and out, rather. Yeah, in and out. Well, left and right. Idle set screw right there. As the Kyosho Blizzard and the Baja Beetle. Yeah, it's very different, Raymond Hernandez. Very, very different. Same Kyosho pull start system that I had a problem with last week, but it's very clean. Header, 90-degree trash header, but this was common during this time period. Top is nice. I mean, obviously it has barely any cooling fins. There is what, seven fins only. So not terrific, but it's okay. The gasket is not destroyed. These pipes are not the best, but you know, I don't see any major leaks, right? The GS, I think this is a 0.15. All right, guys, I think at this point I'm going to have to start digging into it. Let me take a look at the rest of this chassis really while we have it here on the table. The rest of it looks normal. We have shaft drive. Pretty thick drive shafts all around here, actually. I must say, I do like the beefiness of the suspension. This setup in the middle, the way the spur is mounted, reminds me of Megatech. And in some other countries, Megatech is a different brand. I think it's called Acme. Anybody here know Acme, maybe? Yeah, this is probably one of the nicest you're going to find of this condition. The fuel tank I checked, guys, it's perfect. So far, I have rarely come across a bad Kyosho fuel tank over the years. Pretty much never happened. Right? So, by the way, now that I have it like this, it's a good way to see the ride height. Check out the ride height. It is not bad. That is some proper ride height. Come on. For a road car, you know what I mean? That is ride height. I mean, let me not say anything bad about Armas, because there's going to be a lot of crybabies after. But none of them watch this channel, really. So it's fine. Okay. Yeah, pretty normal chassis layout, like an aluminum upper deck, bottom aluminum pan chassis, 3mm. Pretty straightforward, real beefy suspension arms. Pivot ball, by the way, if you haven't noticed. This is a major advantage. Pivot ball suspension on a 10 scale Nitro. Well, it's not really a 10 scale. It's not something that exists in everything. You know what I'm saying? Only some of the upgraded OFNA models had pivot ball suspension. And if you guys missed it earlier, I pointed something else out that was very interesting. Notice this fuel line. So this is routed over here normally, right? But let's say you want to move the fuel tank or the fuel line to another position. The fuel line outlet moves like that. It's real clever, guys. It's beyond clever in my opinion. And I checked it. It doesn't leak. Travis Robinson wants to know, pivot ball, pillow ball. What's the difference? I'm not, okay, that question I cannot totally answer. I think those terms are interchangeable. Anybody here know pivot versus pillow? Pillow versus pivot? I don't 100% know. I know T-Max's, that's pivot ball. Pretty sure it's pivot ball. All right, let me get down to business over here. John, how you doing? Yeah, they're synonymous, goes Nitro Pimp. That's pretty much what I thought. Like, they have to be this. It's a synonym. Andrew goes, pillow ball has bushings in it. I'm pretty sure they're very similar anyway, so. Honestly, I'm a fan of C-Hub. put this back in and we will continue, guys. So what do you think? Super 10 or what? Ricky Searcy, thank you, man. He goes, that thing is rad. Single speed though, but you know, it's okay. Gotta say, literally no damage. I wonder if this is a needle bearing on this. It might be a needle bearing. Let me check the comments real quick. And guys, I think we're gonna have to dig into the engine. What do you all think? By the way, if you want to get yourself a new USA 1, I put a link in the description. If you want to be a Nitro Pimp, like our awesome channel viewer Nitro Pimp, get one. The USA 1 before they raise the price on you. You know, I got blamed a couple times in the old Savage videos for HPI raising the prices. People said it was my fault. Give me a break. It's your fault. Actually, it's nobody's fault. HPI doesn't have very good business practices. What can I tell you? Don't you guys understand? HPI should have done better, okay? But it doesn't matter. I'm a fan of their models, and that will never change. All right. Let's begin disassembling the engine. Yep. Nitro Pimp goes, make HPI great again. I tried, bro. I tried, but like, they just can't keep their stuff in stock. You know what I'm saying? They just can't do it. Now they run into this issue with Force engines discontinuing their models. It's a disaster. I mean, I'm sure, honestly, maybe it's a good thing because the Force engines on the Savages, they were okay. Me personally, I didn't like the XL F32, Force 32 that they had. Pitbull Air-Cooled, how you doing, my dude? Pitbull Air-Cooled here knows a little bit about Kyosho FW series cars. This is an older one than the one, you know, that you won on this channel as a giveaway that one time. Okay. Let's start disassembling things because, so the issue is, I'm going to demonstrate the issue again. When I, okay, so we have good compression. The cord does not come back well. You see how slow the cord retracts? You guys see this? Honestly, I'm going to ask you all a question. Do you think this requires disassembly? Because the compression is good. I'm going to tell you the compression is very good. It's A1, like steak sauce. But this might be a problem starting. It probably needs to be cleaned. What do you all think? Go ahead. So I think we're going to have to disassemble it and find out. It's one of those things where you got to find out. I don't honestly like to dig into these Kyosho pull starters. I'm not very confident with them. Grim Mako goes, it could be a bad spring. I think it just needs to be cleaned. Terra Curry goes, it might just need to be cleaned. I believe it just needs to be cleaned a little bit, and maybe the one-way bearing itself is a little crusty, right? I don't like these systems. John goes, clean it. That's what I think we're going to be probably doing. Okay, so I got to be careful not to. There's usually a clip in this one. How did I take this off the last one? There's like a clip in the system somewhere. That's what was going on last time when I was dealing with this. Where's my tuning screwdriver? Okay. I'm not a big fan of their pull start assembly. NDB, I'll check the condition of the rope. We'll see how it goes, man. Barn Cat, that's actually a very good idea. WD-40 in here could fix it. But, you know, I'm curious to see the overall condition. Who knows? This thing hasn't, I know for a fact, it hasn't ran in maybe 15 years. So something like that, not a bad idea to go over it. But I am a little bit weary of this setup, to be honest with you. I know that there's a clip on one side, but eventually it pops out. How did I do this before? Anybody remember? Once the screw's out, there's something holding it here. Maybe it has to be twisted. No, there's no way you can twist it because it's basically keyed in a position there. Yeah, I did remove this in another chassis. But don't remember what I did. That's the problem. Let me use the other side over here. Yeah, boosted RC goes go slow. What did I do to that other one that I was doing on the... Forgot one, yeah. So we got the flat screwdriver part now, okay? We're going to try that. I mean, I did it before. It eventually just popped out. Okay, I got it. I got it, everybody. Yeah, it's just basically just... Gary Rosenquist, how you doing, bro? Yeah, it basically is a clip. So I got it. There we go. All right. So no damage. These use what look like... Yeah, there's a lot of old crusty oil on that. You guys see that? Yeah, there's a clip on the inside. Correct, John. Correct. Big Boys Toys, yes, I removed the screw first. Let me just check the pull starter assembly itself for now. I mean, so far, things aren't going bad, right? Okay, so the pull starter does need to be cleaned, but it's not terrible. So you guys see, the spring is actually quite normal. I mean, once I oil it, it'll be okay. So this mechanism is okay. Not bad at all so far. Okay, this mechanism is fine. I'm going to clean it separately, of course. The main thing will be getting down to the one-way bearing assembly. Look at that exhaust gasket. It's a pretty fat gasket. Jerome Hawkins. How you doing, bro? Jerome Hawkins. You know, Jerome Hawkins, every time you hear, I think of The Town, the movie Stranger Things is from. It was from Hawkins, right? The Town, Hawkins?
I think so, yes.
Melissa, can you give me that plate? Give me that pizza plate. Okay, awesome. All right, so I'm going to start putting parts over here. We got RC Big Bore Manic. How you doing, man? All the way from UK. It's awesome, man. Awesome. All right, so at this point, I'm pretty sure I just have to disassemble all this. Because it's real clogged up in there, it looks like. Yeah, these Kyosho systems are not... Or will this just come out on its own? Let me see. Maybe it'll just pull itself out. I don't. Okay. Okay, so I pulled that out. But, oh yeah, so this is the one-way bearing. Okay, that's the shaft. That's the one-way bearing shaft. Well, starting shaft, rather. And this is the bearing on the inside. Sickening. You could see the needle bearings in there. It's real crusty. You know what I'm saying? Like, this stuff has to be cleaned. Wondering if I should pull the whole back plate. Because this stuff is real crusty, everybody. It's crustier than Krusty Krab from SpongeBob. I know I don't watch that show. So what do you all think? Pull the back plate or what? Well, the one way, the starting shaft is already wobbling. I think it's supposed to come out on its own, really. No, it's stuck in there. Okay. I think I'm going to pull it because the inside could also be real bad. All right, let's get the proper side of the screwdriver going. Good point here from Nitro Pimp. I wouldn't remove the back plate unless I knew it had a gasket. You know what? I don't know if it has a gasket. I think we'll take a look. I'm not too worried about it. I'll use sealer if I have to. The thing is, this is real crusty. I do want to take a look inside, right? The engine does still... it spins all right. I wouldn't say perfect, but that was a good point. Thomas Flynn, how you doing, man? He goes, I just purchased my new Nitro Slayer Pro. Well, man, congratulations. That's an awesome chassis. You're going to love it. We should be praying to Traxxas, everybody. They did not discontinue the Slayer. All right, I think I'm going to... I'll pull it. I'll see what it looks like. If like, the gasket looks really bad, I'll decide. Melissa wants to know what happened to 3D printer. Okay, first screw is good. Change of plans, Melissa. Change of plans. I was actually going to 3D print a live part tonight. But plan change, everybody. Plan change. Okay, so first screw is good. That's the main thing. Okay, that's good. That's good. So far, the screws are coming out. Oh, yeah. We're looking tight. We're looking tight. Yeah, this engine is a little on the crusty side. It's clean, but, you know, it was ran a real long time ago. You okay there?
No.
No? What's got you down there, boo?
My allergies is so bad.
Your allergies? But it's your birthday weekend.
I know it is.
Melissa's birthday weekend, but her allergies got her down. Gary goes, what's in the fridge? Any beer?
No.
No, bro, we got nitros in there. In fact, I have a Nitro Rustler. I have a Yokomo GT4. I have a 4Tech. I have 2 RS4s. I have 1 RS43. I have a Kyosho GT1. And that's... Oh, no. And I have a Thunder Tiger F1. No playing. No playing, bro. See, Gary knows. See, that was a test. That was a test. My other fridge...
We have food in.
Yeah, we have food in. Sickening. Alright, guys, I'm going to see if this will move. Once again, I got to be careful with the gasket, as we know.
No, we don't have
Savage Rob, what's up, bro?
Lotus, we don't have vodka in the house.
Yeah, man, I'm not a stereotypical Russian, you know? I'm a new age thinker. I don't support wars. Okay, here we go. Looks good so far. All right. Well, look at that, Nitro Pimp. This is a proper O-ring gasket. We don't got to worry about our O-rings, do we? That's right, man. Nitro Pimp goes, do I wear tracksuits? No, bro. They're too expensive. Come on. I spend all my money on RC. You know that. All right, yeah, this is proper. Like, I've honestly, I don't think of a RTR style engine I've ever seen a rubber O-ring like that. That seems to be in very good nick, as some of our British friends like to say, nick, N-I-C-K. So yeah, pretty good results so far. I'm gonna watch these parts. It's gonna be spanking new. Let's go to the next part. Starting shaft. It's not bad. I'll clean this up. It'll be good. Oh wow, that is. Oh, had a little fall over there. Let's check out the engine and the inside. That appears to be a period correct, maybe brass connecting rod. It's pretty clean. I don't feel any major resistance. There's a good amount of oil in there too. I mean, it's old oil. I'll probably wipe it, put in some modern 3-in-1. But I don't think I gotta disassemble the rest of it, really. What do you guys think? This is gonna be sickening. Is it me, or that top part of that needle looks broken? Or is that supposed to be that way? I mean, it looks pretty good. Man, look at that piston skirt. That piston skirt is like kind of to the left. It's off center. Yeah, it's gonna run. It's gonna be a runner. I guarantee you by Sunday you're gonna see a short with this running. By the way, if you guys haven't seen the short, this week I released on the OS21 T-Max. It's a runner. It's a big fat runner, like I told you all it would be. Yeah, Gary Rosenquist, I was just eating beets before. You know, beets, B-E-E-T. Good for you. But yeah, I don't do stereotypical stuff, you know what I'm saying? I live life how the Americans do it. And that is eat boneless buffalo wings. Eat boneless barbecue wings. Eat Doritos. Get to work 3 minutes late. You know what I'm saying? That's how we live life, baby. All right. I mean, I'm not going to continue disassembling the rest of it, I think. What do you guys think? It looks pretty solid, no? Oh, yeah, it's rickety rack. Yes, man. It was pancakes and caviar. Pancakes and no, yeah, it was pancakes and caviar. Sickening, really. So, pretty good. Check out this tiny one-way bearing. Not bad. Michael Sucha, man, you have a great night. And we'll see you in the future, man. Yeah, air filter. We need an air filter, of course, as well. Tires, I think these will run. By the way, this thing has a solid four-wheel drive system. I don't know if I mentioned it. I read some literature. It said that these had 3 diffs. They definitely do not have 3 diffs. Maybe some models, but I haven't come across an FW
You don't see me.
with diffs. Well, what else could I do to this? There's really not much. I mean, you just got to get clean now at this point. Okay, Thomas Flint. Let me see what Thomas Flint is saying. Oh, am I up to the live chat? Hold on a second. Got to refresh the live chat. Thomas Flint goes, when you get a chance. Thank you, bro, for being a channel member, by the way. That means a lot. You know, YouTube is going towards mostly fan funding these days. I'm a little bit upset at it, actually, but that's the way it's going down, unfortunately, you know. Long ago, before you know, that was the case, creators could really flourish on their own creativity. Today, it's, unfortunately, it's no longer the case. But I'm not here to, you know, judge the way the system works. Thomas Flynn goes, when you get a chance, tell me your best recommendations on Slayer. Because I'm a noob and have ordered a lot for my Rustler. So, Thomas Flint, what do you mean, like, recommendations? You mean, like, things that you might need as an upgrade? Dude, the Slayer needs nothing. Okay, the Captain, I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. Thomas Flint, man, I don't think the Slayer needs anything. John Gartner, thank you, bro. Honestly, I don't think the Slayer needs anything. I would say if you break anything, just get yourself some proper RPM parts and that's it. Like, you don't need anything. They're solid trucks, like, that's it. You know, people spend money for like no reason when you could easily just buy more nitros. That's my mission. Buy more nitros. It's always been the mission, really. You know where I picked that stuff up, guys? You guys want to have a little clue where I learned about that? It was an economics class. Something the leaders of American, well, leadership know nothing about. Yeah, Andrew Brown is correct. If you really want to go hardcore, you need the 11K carb. That's an OS carb. That's like a $90 carb, though. So, I mean, you can tune the 3.3 well enough. But, yeah, of course, once you go to an OS carb, the 3.3 with an OS carb is a very phenomenal engine. What, Melissa? Who pissed you off? Huh? All right. Let me see what time it is. Oh, it's not even that late. I didn't have that much to do, really. What else could I do? I can maybe... You guys want to take a look at, like, the wheels or something? Okay, Thomas Flint, I'm going to answer you. He goes, regarding the Slayer, how about the rear brake and center diff? Well, I mean... Oh, I see what you're talking about, the center diff conversion. So I actually have a video. Let me find the video. I have a video for you. If you want to see how they perform, I have a short chassis Slayer with the center diff and rear brake setup. Honestly, I believe it's a waste of money. If you want, I could show it and put it in the link if you want to watch it. Let me figure it out. Okay. So right here. I'm gonna. Oh, Thomas Flynn goes, I've watched it. Okay. Well, I guess I'll have to show it to the people that didn't watch it. I guess right now. So this particular Slayer that I have, this one, These are all my videos. This is the FW-06, by the way. This one has the center diff and the rear brake. So basically what that means, you know, to do a center diff, you obviously need adjustable front and rear brake bias. Me personally, I did not like the way it ran at all. It was nothing but a flip fest. It sounded good at theory at low speed, but as soon as I like hit any turn on pavement, it was a flip fest, dude. Undrivable. The regular four-wheel drive on a Slayer is very, very good, in my opinion. Yeah, it makes it mostly front-wheel drive, goes JP's RC. That is 100% the truth right there. So let's see. I'm going to click the video. Maybe we'll see a couple clips of this or something. All right, so this is how it starts. You get the point. That's it running. It's basically me at the RC track in the summer. This is the first generation Slayer. So it's a little bit shorter than the modern one with a Dynamite 19. Personally, I did not like the way it ran at all. It was hard to even go top speed. So maybe on dirt, it would have been very, very good. But like in this kind of environment where I normally run, that's me pushing an X-Max. How you like that? That's off in the buggy, my buddy Wayne's. Soon, the summer days at the track will be back, everybody. And anybody that wants is invited. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got people in the background. You guys see those guys in the back working on something? That's my buddy Jose. He used to be an Arma gang member. And now he got a Nitro Slash and left. So that's basically it. Let me come back to this. Let's see what you guys are saying. Yeah, Nitro Pimp is correct. Center diff is for brushless. Yeah, me personally, I did not like the way it performed. And it's also not a very easy installation. It was pretty complicated in my opinion. But, you know, the Slayer I had already came with it, so it's not like I installed it or nothing. All right, guys, I'm going to hang out here for a little more. I want to say appreciate you all for being here. And telling you buy the USA one with the link in the description to this video because they might get discontinued soon. And I'm telling you, their prices are going to go up. Nitro Pimp, that's a good one. I'll tell you this. When I first used to go to the RC track, I was... you guys could go back years in my videos. I was the only one that ran nitros. Then years down the line, maybe about 2 years, it took those guys pretty quickly to figure out that you could just keep going tank after tank on a nitro, you know. And they wound up buying as their first nitro, as per my recommendation, the Nitro Slash. Oh, Keys Mods, thank you, man. I mean, I'm going to do the rest of this work later on. I'll install the radio gear. I just got to order a couple more Fly Sky receivers personally. I don't have any. If you guys want, I could take off one of these wheels or something. I mean, by the way, these don't use regular wheel nuts. Ugh. These are basically screws. So, I mean, some XTM models use the similar setup. I don't see anything wrong with it. So that's kind of how it goes. Pretty large. Is that a 12mm hub? Might be, I don't know. But that's not bad. Look at this. Came with aluminum wheel hubs too. That's pretty dope over here. Pretty solid, I would say. Extremely minimal wobble. Like I'm moving it right now, very, very minimal wobble. So, FW-06 gang, I think, other than the tires, success. Alright guys, that's about it. Not going to keep you here for long. The goal is to get the job done. And the job, I think, is done. And now, it's time to go maybe order up a pizza and have a good night. We'll take a couple more questions. Raymond Hernandez goes, could you bump start it? You sure can, dude, because you have very easy access for the flywheel right here. Literally perfect access. And the flywheel is quite large. You could tell it goes almost to the bottom of the chassis, really. The captain, I promised this answer. HPI or Kyosho? That's a tough one, bro, because I'm going to be, based on modern availability, it's really going to come down to what you can or cannot get anymore. HPI, I don't think there's a single nitro in stock anymore, pretty much almost anywhere, right? So if you're going with old RCs, depending how many you've had, for me, I've had so many over the years now. For me, there's pretty much only 2 HPIs I've never had. But in terms of Kyoshos, I can guarantee you there's probably more than 10 I've never had, probably. So Kyosho, like I said earlier, has a longer history, therefore a lot more variety over the years. But, any nitro is a good nitro. So I'm never going to say one or the other really because one sucks or whatever the case is. The worst nitro possible is better than no nitro. And guys, I could tell you what the worst nitro I ever had was. Do you want to take a guess? It was a Tower Hobbies model. That was the worst one I ever had. It was a Tower Hobbies model. Anybody want to take a guess what it was? There were only like 3 ever made. Of those models, rather. Yo, Melissa, pull up the Taco Bell app. Nitro Pimp goes no clue. Savage Rob goes Tower Terror. I will say I had the Tower Terror. The one I had wasn't very good, so I'm not gonna say that one. Tower Terror, I think if he had a good condition one, would have been very nice. But it was the ST15. Lightning SVT 51, 54 SC1 is correct. The Tower Hobbies ST15. I'm gonna try to pull it up right now, okay? So I could show you guys on the net. Now keep in mind, you know what? I don't need to pull it up on the net, guys. I have access to materials that people just do not. I have primary first-hand access to what it would have been like from Tower Hobbies. Let's see if I can find it in here, actually. So come on, who has this on their live streams? Nobody. This magazine is so old, it's yellowed. I hope they made them here, actually, at this time period. They might have not even made them. It might have been after. It's the early Traxxas models. Keep me signed in. Looking for the Tower Hobbies. Oh, man, look at that. The old school USA 1 Nitro Crusher and the electric one. Sickening. Came with the OS 21 RG. Rory, how you doing, man? Sorry, I don't think I said hello to you there today. My bad. I'm looking for the Tower Hobbies ST15. In my opinion, the world's worst car. Oh, check that out. The Kyosho ATV Quad Rider. I did a video on this. This appears to be the electric one, so we don't care about it. The Nitro Blizzard. I have that. So let's see. Kyosho Nitro Blizzard. Like I said, Kyosho just has a lot of variety. So the electric was 309, and the nitro, wow, 314, and the regular QRC one, 269. Sickening. I don't know if the ST15 was out because it really wasn't. It doesn't appear to be in this. It's Rickety Rat goes, did I run the Blizzard yet? Yeah, the answer is yes, bro. I did run it. It's a runner. I don't know. The Tower Hobbies is not in here. It might have not been released yet. This is 2000. I think the Tower Hobbies ST15 only came out like maybe 2002. I don't think it was out in the year 2000 yet. So I could show it to you if you want. I'm loading it. Well, The world's worst link opened up. I'm going to have to show it to you like this. There's just a couple search links. The question is, why was it so bad? So, the main reason, I mean, it was very, very narrow. Keep in mind, it was real cheap, bro. But it was very narrow, and it used wheels without hubs. So you can imagine it was quite terrible, pretty much at everything. Handling, I will say the engine was really nice and it was quiet, right? But this is kind of like what it looked like. It was like a cheap man's RC10 GT, you could say. Almost no resources on it really anymore. But it was just very narrow, and the wheels sucked. And also the wheels just generally were very, very hard and just wore down almost right away. That's basically what it was. It was the ST15. But, you know, keep in mind, I only did pay like $130 for it. You know what I mean? Like literally almost ready to run. But comparatively speaking, that was the problem. Just very narrow, non-standard wheels. And at the time, you know, shopping online really wasn't that big of a thing, really, for like wheels, in my opinion, at least. There's pretty much nothing you could do. All right, guys, that's the FW-04 Super 10 laying here in parts on the table. I'm going to clean all this overnight. And tomorrow, if things go well, there will be a fire in the hole. If you can, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you're looking to buy anything from A-Main, you understand I'm literally only an affiliate there, not an affiliate with fake RC crap crawlers. Support the channel, and let's make this hobby greater than it ever was, which is going to be difficult because every other day manufacturers are dropping models. But it's okay because guess what? This is a 25-year-old model, and it's okay. You guys think that 25 years from now someone's going to try to restore an Arma? No, they're not going to. Okay? They got no soul, no character. They are not like Arnold Schwarzenegger. They are not like Walter White. Remember that. Everybody, you all have a great day. Grim Mako, thank you, man. I appreciate you, bro. But yes, what I love about older Nitros is they really don't get worse. They're kind of like flatlined, you know. They're good at what they are as long as you can accept that they're never going to be faster in most conditions than an electric, right? You just got to accept that, everybody. You know, to this day, I get a bunch of comments be like, oh, this Nitro fanboy, oh, doesn't he know electric is way better? The thing is, I never said electric isn't way better. So that wasn't my claim. I never make claims that aren't backed up with facts or evidence or are pathetic or stupid. I don't do that. The reality is people like what they like. You know, it's like if you go buy an old baseball bat, right? Like some kind of famous baseball bat. Are you going to play baseball with that bat? No, you're not going to. Okay? They're not even very good. Modern equipment is way better. That's the reality. And that's just something out of love and interest you got to accept. Gurmako, thank you, bro. I will see you guys later. I might show up for a stream tomorrow, depending on how birthday party celebrations wind up. You know what I'm saying? All right, everybody. Thank you all. And Nitro Pimp, man, you're going to enjoy your USA 1. You know what? I'm going to go charge up the batteries in mine. Kyosho will never disappoint the Nitro gang. Don't forget that. And guys, see you all later. Good night.